I did it. Okay. Happy Monday, everybody. It is the 21st of October, and I'm glad that you guys took the time today to be on this call. I just want to give a quick shout out to Anne, who sold her first challenge pack over the weekend. So congrats to you. I know Betsy, we saw you last week and congratulated you. I know Scarlett, you did your launch post. So we're moving along, and this is our third call of the month. And what I want to talk to you guys about today is honestly just a few things. I don't know if you followed along, but I was sharing over the weekend about the leadership event that I was at, and I want to just kind of give you just some insight. Tonight we have our team call at 9, and we're going to talk a little bit about kind of what we learned from leadership. But for those of you that are new, this leadership is an event every year that the company hosts that you as a coach can qualify for. And this is an event for 5-star diamonds and above. And next year it'll be at the same resort. It'll be at the Fairmont Princess. And in order to get to that event, you have to be a paid 5-star diamond, which means you yourself have to get to diamond, but you also have to have 5 diamonds that you've sponsored on your team that are personally sponsored by you. And when you hit that qualification, basically it makes all the other things that you would need happen naturally, and you get an invite to this event. It's smaller. There are about 500 people that attend this event, and the training is all related to leadership and growing your team and, creating significant income and duplication, a lot of mindset, because at every stage of the business, you have different responsibilities that you are just responsible for, right? And so it's a really great way for all of us at that level to be able to connect with one another. But it's downtime, so we have a lot of time to sit around and mastermind. We get to do workouts with the trainers. So we got the chance to try the new bar workout. That's going to be our big launch for the new year. So Elise is the trainer that is coming out with this bar blend program. And at first I was like, oh, I don't want to do bar. Like, that's not my jam. I like the high intensity. But her workout was really amazing. And if you add in some lightweight weights with that sucker, which is what will be a part of that 60-day program, I think it's going to be great. It's going to be a great toning and sculpting program. And her body is incredible. So I looked at her and was like, if you can get those kinds of results with bar, sign me up. She looks fabulous. So I'm excited for that workout. The work is already been launched. So Amwala Caesar is the trainer that launched the work, which is pretty intense. I would not ever recommend that to somebody that doesn't have an advanced fitness level, not even intermediate, because a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not a beginner, I'm intermediate. You are not. You would not do that workout unless you are advanced in your fitness level. But they are launching a pre-game. So it's in January. So before you would do the work, you would do this prep, and then that would kind of prepare you. So my suggestion would be 21-day fix extreme, 80-day obsession, then your pre-work, and then the work, right? So that's kind of the fitness level progression I would suggest people to kind of work themselves through. We also are going to have another program in March called 12 Rounds with Joel Freeman. So it's all going to be boxing, which is, again, a huge fitness trend right now for people that are going to boxing gyms and taking boxing classes. So that one looks awesome. It's in development right now. So we got a little bit of info. We've got Peppermint Mocha that's going to be launching in November. So a different seasonal flavor of Shakeology, which I'm excited about because I've always added peppermint extract to my Shakeology. So I don't have to. And we also have the almond beach bars. It is all of a sudden I just forgot what it was called. The chocolate almond. It's not chocolate almond. It's something else. Chocolate crunch beach bar. And that's really good. It's a vegan beach bar that's going to come in the winter as well. So lots of things, all kinds of new things, which that just goes to show you, especially those of you that are just getting started in your business, that Beachbody is super innovative, and they're even going to do what's called BOD groups. And so they're going to innovate the way we run challenge groups, and they're going to have all these new functionalities and the ability to go live in the challenge tracker app and do workouts together. And so our company is just constantly saying, what are the trends? How do we continue to serve the needs of people across fitness levels, across demographics? How do we make sure that people are connected to nutrition a little bit more? And so I always walk away from events like this going, man, I talk to people every day who have never heard of Beachbody, or I talk to people that have done Beachbody when the 21 Day Fix launched in 2015 and they've been gone for a few years. And then we launch a program that interests them and they come back. And so there's just this like ebb and flow. And, you know, being a part of Beachbody for 8 years, I see how committed they are to the quality of what we offer, to the services that we provide, and to continuing to give us things that we can use to help other people reach their goals, right? And so it's like an awesome time to be a Beachbody coach, right? It's a great time to be a Beachbody coach. And this is like the best season to build your business. Why? Because you're able to kind of build your following, to get your voice, to get your story down pat. You're working on your fitness journey and people are watching you. And I always, when I launched my business, you know, the number one thing I had to remind myself is that I didn't have any credibility when I signed up, right? I had quit every fitness program I'd ever done. I had bought so many memberships to the gym and I had not gone after the third week, and wasted lots of money on different things. But I knew that in order for people to trust me, I needed to be the person showing up and not just talking the talk, but walking the walk. So you guys are right at that beginning phase of your business where you have got to prove to other people that you are going to be around for a long time, that you're going to make the changes that you've declared that you're going to make when you launched your business. And so if you don't mind, I'm going to give you some tough love today because I believe that I need to say it. Otherwise, you're just going to keep doing what you're doing, right? And so in business, it's not what you do when you have a good day. It's not what you do when you feel like it, or it's what you do every single day repeatedly over time, whether you feel comfortable or scared or afraid or not. If you and all of you filled out this form when you signed up to become a coach and you wrote your why and you wrote your vision and you created this ideal life that you would like to live, right? So for some of us, it's just an extra couple of $100 so that you can get the groceries paid for. For some of you, it is, I need to lose this weight because my confidence is just plummeted to a place that I've never been before in my entire life. And then there are some people, you know, that are saying, I need to get out of a job that is sucking my soul because I hate it, right? But then we don't take the action. We look at our tracker and we're like, Mike, it's so hard to come up with something to post. It's so hard to send those invites. It makes me uncomfortable to reach out and invite people to join my group. Or we get ghosted or somebody doesn't respond to us. And all of a sudden we take it personal, like you're bad at coaching or nobody wants to join you or you're annoying people. And then we just stop taking action. And that's not going to get us to the vision that we've created for our lives. The only way we're going to get there is if we put on our big girl pants and we say to ourselves, I have to do the things that make me uncomfortable because those are going to be the things that are going to get me to the goal. All right. And so in business, it's not this big lucky strike or this, you know, one specific post that just makes everything come together. But it's a series of choices, of daily choices that are going to help us build the kind of business that we want. And so all month long, I've been watching people not post their trackers. I've been watching people not post on social media. I've been watching people give excuses for why they didn't have time to do their invites or their follow-ups or why they didn't have time to post. And I know that if I were to, you know, take your kids hostage and say, you can't have them back until you hit Success Club, you all would have Success Club 5 in the next 2 hours because you would want your kids back, right? And so it's just that you haven't placed a big enough reason on why you need to be successful in your business. So for me, I had to create my own meeting. It wasn't just about Success Club points. It was like, what do those people need to meet? So what I want each and every one of you to do is actually take a step back, and even if you get out a notebook, a blank sheet of paper, a journal, and I just want you to say, like, what is my vision for this business, right? And I want you to actually feel the vision. So we're going to kind of walk through this, and then we're going to get tactical. I'm going to talk to you about invites, and we'll talk about how to get there. But I just want you for a moment to say, okay, what is my vision for my life? What is my vision for even a year from today? So what is it? How do you want to feel? Do you want to be able to, I'm just going to give you some examples, but I want you to, in great detail, describe what you look like. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see somebody whose skin is glowing? Do you see somebody whose eyes are sparkling? Do you see somebody who is confident in their skin that can put on any outfit that they want and put on those skinny jeans and rock them because they feel good in the skin that they're in? Do you want to be strong and be able to lift heavier weights, knowing that, you know, your body at whatever age you are right now can do things that maybe you couldn't do in your 20s? Do you want to have a healthier relationship? Define healthy relationship. What is a healthy relationship? Don't just say, I want to have a healthy relationship. What does that mean, right? If you want to have more freedom, what does that mean? Is it freedom to be able to travel when you want? Is it freedom to take a nap in the middle of the day? Is it freedom to work on a laptop on the beach somewhere? Is it freedom to be hanging out in an RV, in a campground? What is freedom to you? What is success look like? Everybody says I want to be successful, but success to me could be $100 a week. Success to you could be $1,000 a week. Success may not even be money. It might be something else. So define what it looks like for you, like your vision for your life in the next year to 2 years, to 3 years, to 5 years in great detail. And then, because what we do is we always say, but it's not possible for me, right? It's great. I can dream all this, but I don't quite believe it yet. And so what I want you to do is I want you to write it down, and then I want you to say across the top of that paper, right across the top of the paper, that it is possible for me. This life, this vision is possible for me through consistent daily belief and action. This life is possible for me with daily, consistent belief and action. And every time you begin to second guess yourself, every morning when you wake up, every night before you go to bed, I want you to look at that vision that you have written down, read it to yourself, and feel it. Close your eyes. Envision being where you want to be, how your body feels, what kind of relationships you have, how much money is in your bank account, how are you spending your time? And then you simply say to yourself, is my actions that I took today or the actions I'm about to take today going to put me on the path towards reaching that ultimate vision for my life? And sometimes you're going to say yes, and then sometimes you're going to say no. And on the days that you say no, my actions are not in line with where I want to be going, you have a choice. You can choose to do what 95% of society does, and that is quit, give up, go to bed and say, I'll do it tomorrow. Or you can say, no, not today, not me. I am going to make these goals happen. I'm going to invite, I'm going to post, I'm going to make my stories, I'm going to follow up, and I'm not going to be afraid, because fear is not going to get you to where you want to be. And you're not here because you're just sort of kind of interested in building a business. You're here because you want to make a change. All right. So this is kind of where we draw the line in the sand and we say, no more excuses. I got to start taking some action if I want my business to actually grow. All right. So now, with that being said, that vision activity, that's something I do every morning when I wake up still. And now my vision looks very different from 2011 to 2019, but that's what keeps me fresh. Like, that's what keeps my spark alive. It's like in visualizing the leaders that I can make an impact with. And by leaders, I mean all of you, right? I love the fact that every day I have an opportunity to come in here and breathe life into you guys and belief into you guys and help you guys figure out how to get to the next step. But I do know that part of it is on you. Part of it is on you to take that action. All right. So with that being said, I want to talk tactical with you, or we're just going to kind of flip the switch, because I think belief is important, right? And if you find yourself like not motivated or not confident, go back to personal development. every day, I have these little ear pods, right? I walk around with those ear pods in. I'm either listening to a podcast or an audiobook or a YouTube video, something. And if I'm struggling with anxiety or maybe I'm struggling with motivation because I'm human, so that stuff happens, I go seek out little things I can listen to that are going to change my state immediately. I don't let myself stay stuck. All right. I don't let myself stay stuck at all. So now, what are the things that we need to do in order to get to the goal of signing up just 3 people this month, right? And if you've already signed up 3 people, then I want you to get 3 more. And if you have already gotten your people, then I want you to say like, okay, what else can I do so that I can really set myself up for success? So I've got my tracker in front of me right now. And I want to tell you that the most important thing on this list, the 2 most important things is your social media content and your personal invites. So let's talk a little bit about what an invite is and what an invite isn't. All right, because I think sometimes how many of you are like, oh, I did an invite. I posted on social media with like a call to action, like join my challenge group, or I put something in my stories about joining my challenge group, and then you check the invite box off. That doesn't count as an invite. All right. So an invite is when you actually physically reach out through text message, through direct message, through Facebook message, through a phone call, and ask somebody if they're interested in joining your challenge group. That's an invitation to join you. All right. And you should do at least 5 a day. Your ratio of success when you're doing invites is 1 out of every 10 is going to say yes. All right. So if I need 5 people to join me, I need to be inviting 50 people. How many of you can say, oh yeah, I have not done 50 invites yet, right? And it is not 50 random invites where you just go down your Facebook or your Instagram and just shoot messages at people. We call those hey girls, and that's the worst thing you can do. That'll kill your credibility if you just cold message people you've never talked to. All right, so 50 invites. So what I want you to do is I want you to take out your business activity tracker, and on the back of your Success Club system tracker, mine is not double-sided, is this, right? It is this, and it says people I've contacted this week. And you should have 1 through 50, and your job is to sit here right now and think of every friend, every family member, every acquaintance, every person that has ever mentioned the words, I need to get in shape. I should do what you're doing. I should start working out. Oh, I'm following you. Oh, what is that thing that you're doing, right? You're going to reach out to those people today. No excuses. Remember your vision. Remember that it's faith over fear, people. And we're going to go down through and we are going to message those people. And you're going to take a picture of this and you're going to post it in the mentorship group after this call today. Deal? I'm holding you to it. I know you're serious about building your business if you do this activity. 50 people. So what are we going to say? Well, it depends on the person. And again, we have to remember we need to know the person. Okay. So it can be a text message. It can be an email. It can be it can be a voice message. Voice messages are really good. So what you're going to do is, let's say I'm going to talk to Megan. So Megan is one of my really good friends, and Megan and I, we were neighbors, right? So we live next to each other and we just had babies, and we're both really trying to get back into our pre-pregnancy clothes. This is an example, right? And so I'm going to go to Megan and I'm going to say, hey, Megan, okay, I'm doing this workout and I'm getting really good results, and I am a few months into it, and I decided that I am going to start mentoring other people to get fitness results too, or to lose the weight. And I know you and I have gone back and forth and have talked about it. Would you be one of my first clients in my accountability group? I would really like to have your testimonial, but also your support since I'm just launching my business. Are you interested? Okay, done. Send. Don't overthink it. It's not a script. It doesn't have, that's all I'm going to send. Okay. So I'm going to send that. Then I'm going to think about Anne. And Ann and I are in MOPS together. And every time it's my turn to bring snack to MOPS, I always bring a clean recipe. And she always says to me, man, I just really should start eating healthier. Like, you really are inspiring me, but I just don't have time. So I'm going to message Ann. I'm going to say, hey, Ann, you know how every week when I come to MOPS, you always comment about me bringing healthy recipes? You know what? I can't get you out of my mind. I just really want to help you. Would you be interested in joining one of my accountability groups? I can teach you everything that I'm learning about eating healthy. Is that something you're interested in? Done. Check. And put Anne's name on the list. So now you're going to just start thinking of all these people that you know. And you're going to go through it as fast as you can. You're going to set a timer, maybe for 20 minutes, and you're just going to go through and you're going to do as many as you can during that time. All right. And I want you to just sit down and go through your list. Pull up your contacts on your phone. Go through all your contacts of people that you know. You can send a voice message right from your phone. You can send a text message. And then if somebody says, yes, I am interested, tell me more, then from there is where you're going to start the conversation. Okay? So now, before we even go into the next phase, I want to just give you a few pieces of advice. Not everybody's going to say yes. If somebody ignores you, if somebody tells you no, do not take it personal. Actually, I want you to write this on a sticky note and stick it on your forehead, right? Before you go to invite, you look in the mirror and you say, if somebody tells me no, it is not because they don't like me. If somebody tells me no, it is not a personal attack on me. It just means that they're not interested right now, or they don't have the money, or now's not the time, or they just bought a membership to Orange Theory and they're going to take these classes instead. But when somebody tells you no, or even if they ignore you, it doesn't mean no, not ever. It just means no, not right now. It also means I'm going to silently watch you to see if you actually stick with it. So if you stick with it, when I fail out of Orange Theory, I'm going to come back to you because you're the one that's posting your before and afters on social media and it's working for you, right? So it's like, you got to put that in the back of your mind. This is not, don't take it personal. Honestly, I never take it personal. Okay. I know I've got the tools for people to succeed. I just can't make them do it. They have to be ready. That's just always the way I sort of look at it. Okay. All right. Now, what am I going to say to these people when they say, yes, I am interested? Well, first of all, I'm going to be like, yes, I'm so excited that you are interested. The next step is I need to ask you some questions if I don't know the person, right? So I need to ask them some questions. I need to really find out, okay, Megan, so what kind of workouts do you want to do then? Because I need to pick a program that's going to meet your needs. So I'll kind of go through and say, do you want to do something cardio? Do you want something strength training? This is the program I'm doing. Does that interest you? And I'm just I need to kind of get a baseline. So I just need to ask some questions. Once I figure out their activity level, then I can say, okay, tell me what some of your big obstacles are when it comes to nutrition. Do you follow any kind of meal plan? Do you have any sort of restrictions or dietary restrictions? And I'm either going to recommend 2B Mindset or Portion Fix, right? But it's always going to be the Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack. Always. It's always going to be that. And then I'll decide if I'm going to add in containers or I'm going to add in 2B Mindset. So I am going to go through and I'm going to ask questions and then I'm going to give them the link, the share cart to buy a challenge pack. That's what they're going to buy to join my group. And I'm going to be very, very confident in having them buy that because that's the tools. I can't mentor somebody if they're not willing to invest in the products that are necessary to get the results, right? It's like, I can't mentor somebody in Weight Watchers. I don't know anything about Weight Watchers. So no, if you want to be a part of my challenge group, a Beachbody challenge group, you're going to use a Beachbody workout, a Beachbody nutrition plan, and you're going to drink Shakeology or use the performance line because those are the tools as a coach that I can help you implement because that's what we do, right? That's what we have available. So you would never walk into a gym and say, I'm not going to pay for your classes, but I'm going to take your class. You wouldn't do that. So don't let somebody do that to you. Don't let somebody come in and say, I'm not going to pay for that, but can I still be in your challenge group? No. The answer is no. Be firm in that, okay? So, because you're putting your time and energy into mentoring your clients, you don't want to be giving your services away for free. This is how you earn your commissions. So walk them through. And if you don't know the answer to something, if you're not sure what to recommend, this is where you pause and you log into your Coach Online office or you log into Beachbody On Demand. And right, if you go to your computer and you log in, you can actually put in beginner. They want to do cardio. They want to do workouts under 30 minutes. And it will actually give them, there's like a little thing that you can do and it'll give some program options. that can help you, guide you through it. But I kind of stick with the 21-day fix for people that are pretty basic at just getting started. Morning Meltdown 100 is another pretty basic getting started kind of workout too. But that's kind of where I start with people. So I want you to go through, and here's the other thing. I knew nothing about any of the Beachbody programs other than Insanity when I started coaching. So if you're saying to yourself, how am I going to make a recommendation for people? I don't really know our catalog. What you do is you educate yourself. So what I did was I went through, like I showed you on last week's call, how I go into the training section where it says grow my business, and then where all the product training guides are, that I go in and I watch and I read and I educated myself. And then I go into Beachbody On Demand and read all the descriptions of the programs that we have in there so you can recommend them to people. And that's how I figured it out. But also, I started to have a lot of conversations with people, and I learned very quickly how much information to give people, how many questions to ask, how to follow up with people. But I had to do that. I had to go through conversations to figure out what worked and what didn't work. All right. And so I feel like for you guys, I can give you all the scripts in the world. You can watch all the trainings. You can get on every single call. But until you start doing and actually having these conversations, you're not gonna have success, because you actually have to go through it and start working through it yourself. So inviting is actually reaching out. Your goal today is to do 50 of those invites today, okay? And I want to see it in the back, because what did I tell you? 1 out of every 10 is going to say yes. And like I said, if you are serious about building your business, you will listen to me. All right. Now, that's number 1. Number 2, you've invited people since we started. Hopefully, maybe some of you haven't. So follow-ups is next. 90% of people do not say yes the first time. So I always follow up. So we're going to have this list of people. And so what we're going to do is we're going to follow up. So after we invite our 50 people, we're going to have conversations that are going to be going, right? And so what we're going to do, let me tell you one piece of advice before I go on. This is important. Do not count somebody in until you see their order show up in the back office. Do you know how many times I send somebody a share cart and they're like, yeah, I'll purchase it on Friday, and they never purchase. Yeah, I'll purchase it on Monday when I get paid, and they never purchase. I do not count my chickens until they have literally hatched. So if you're like, yes, I've got Success Club in the bag, these 3 people are going to be signing up on Friday, don't count on it. Do not count on it unless you see it. Do not stop inviting until you see them show up in your back office, okay? Gotten burned by that a few times, so that's a good piece of advice. So what I do is I go through, I do my invites. Again, it doesn't need to take you hours. So 20, 30 minutes, 50 invites, done. It can be pretty fast, all right? So just to give you some time frame here. And I'm not like all over the place squirreling out, like reading my emails. I'm focused on just my invites during that time. Give it 24 hours, and then you're going to go back through your list of people that are on there, and you are going to follow up with them. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, Lizzie, I know yesterday I sent you that message. You said you were interested in that accountability group. Did you get a chance to read over what I sent you? And I always act with like a sense of urgency. I'm saving you a spot in my 30 Days of Gratitude group. I'm only accepting 3 new clients, and I would love to have you as a part of this group. Do you have any more questions about what I sent you? So I'm going to ask them a question. If it's somebody that I got all the way through the conversation, I sent them a share cart and I don't see their order yet, I'm going to follow back up with them. I'm going to say, hey, Scarlett, I sent you that link yesterday for the share cart, to place your order. I didn't see your order come through. I just want to make sure that everything was okay, or that the order didn't get lost somewhere along the way. Let me know if you have any questions or if you've placed your order so I can get you added to the group and start getting you up and running. Okay, so I'm just going to go down through and I'm just going to do all my follow-ups with all those people. All right, so that's today and tomorrow. Invites, follow-ups. That should be enough conversations. Then by the time we get to Wednesday, we should be ready to do another round of invites, okay? It may not be 50, but we definitely want to start inviting again. So invite follow-ups, invites follow-ups, okay? So that's the way you can kind of look at this, because we've got to get our people to sign up by the end of the month. I know that we started our 30 days of gratitude prep today, but you can still add people in there because we're just doing preseason right now, right? So you can still add people. They can come in, they can get started, or you can choose to run your own group. All right, so we've got invites, we've got follow-ups. Now, what is the other important piece that we need to do? We have to have social media. And why? Because when I send you an invite, right, the first thing that you're going to do to me is you're going to go look at my social media. And you're going to be like, is this chick for real? Does she really know what she's talking about? And if I go to your Instagram, or if you run your business on your Facebook page and all I see is pictures of your dog, shared recipes from like the home cooking show, and it's just random stuff, no, I'm going to never respond back to you. All right. I'm not going to take you seriously. If I don't see you talking about your workouts, your nutrition, your mindset, your health, your wellness, like if that's not apparent, if I'm not looking in your stories and seeing you work out or meal prep or eating healthy or talking about mindset, if you're not giving me any kind of value, you have no credibility. And as a coach, that is the number one thing that I did when I launched my business, was established credibility. So here is the way that I do that. So now we get to the point where everybody's like, I don't know what to post. You know, this is hard. So I just don't post anything. Or I sit there and I stare at my computer all day long. That's not acceptable. That's not going to get you to where you want to be. I didn't know what to post either, but I learned. So now you've got me to teach you. So I'm going to tell you how I did it. So this is what my stuff looks like. This is my content plan. This is my weekly content. So it's nothing fancy and it's not pretty. It's a sheet of printer paper and it says Monday through Sunday on it. Okay. And basically it just says, what is my goal? My goal, your goal obviously is to get 3 people to be signed up for the challenge group, right? And so then I sit down and I go, okay, what are going to be things that are going to help me establish credibility? So it's going to be you actually showing people how you do what you do. So all of you, if you didn't do this yet, this is your today's assignment. Did you meal plan for the week? Did you grocery shop and get healthy foods for the week so that you are living an example of what you're going to invite people to do? So if yes or no, if the answer is no, then hit the grocery store on the way home. If you're at your office at work right now, then make yourself a little meal plan. Okay. What am I going to eat for lunch, dinner, snacks? Make yourself a grocery list, right? Plan it all out. You don't have to have every meal exactly planned exactly the way you want it to be, but write that all out. And then hit the grocery store, snap some pictures of your cart, right? As you go through the store. When you get home, lay it all out on the counter and talk about, grocery shopping and the importance of planning. And so, and there's tons of resources through the 21-Day Fix in Beachbody On Demand that talk about meal planning and prepping. And I've got a ton of resources that I have shared with you guys, but actually go down through tonight. Maybe you cut up your vegetables for work tomorrow and you portion them out and you put them in baggies. Maybe you cut up your fruit and you put that in a bag. Maybe you grill some chicken for a salad and you put that in a container for work tomorrow, and you've got your beach bars, your Shakeology, and you talk about how you plan for the next day and why planning is important. That's a great post. Somebody could easily duplicate that, right? Or you talk about portion size. When I first started really understanding Portion Fix, even before that, I would buy a bag of grapes, I would wash them and put them on my counter, and then all day long I would eat grapes. And I would do the same thing with baby carrots. And then at the end of the week, I would step on the scale and go, why am I not losing any weight? But it was because I was overeating good foods. So that's a great post right there. This is what I was eating that I thought a serving size was, and this is what a serving size of grapes actually looks like. And then you can talk about overeating good foods, right? Another example of a thing you can post about is it's week 1 to week 3 in your fitness journey right now. So every week you should be taking a photo of yourself to compare. Every week you should be doing sort of a transformational update. This is my inches, my pounds, my mindset, my nutrition. This is how I'm transforming. This is what I'm learning. You know, I'm 3 weeks into this, and even though I don't drastically see this, like I don't have an instant six pack, but this is what is happening. This is how I'm actually changing my life. And so every week I should see on your social media some sort of progress update of where you started to where you are now. That's credibility, my friends. People are now saying, okay, she's posting, she's sharing, she's getting results. I want to join her. All right. For me as a new coach, I was like, my body's my business. I can show people, I can get the results. People are going to join me. And that was exactly what happened. They went on the journey with me. Other things, even just down to water. So we all, like, there's my water, it's on my desk right now. So I know that I have to drink half my body weight in ounces of water a day. So if I weigh 130 pounds, half of that's how many ounces of water I need to drink a day. I talk about that with people on my social media. Did you know that you should drink half your body weight in ounces of water a day? Why? And then you list the reasons why you should drink water, you know, and then you challenge your audience. Let's all do a water challenge for the day and say, who's committed to drinking half your body weight, right? And so you can just sort of do like a fun little challenge with people. You could do a fun little giveaway on your page. So for you guys, just really think about, what can I share with my audience that will help them immediately be able to implement the things I'm sharing, even if they're not a part of my challenge group. I'll give you one more example. Is a recipe. So let's say maybe your audience has kids that are elementary, middle school, high school age, and you're running from the minute all the kids get off the bus. It's homework, it's dinner, it's out the door, it's all kinds of things. And so, you know, you work full time. So getting dinner ready is, you might as well just hit the drive-through. Maybe that's what it's been like. So crock pot, Instapot recipes. In the morning, maybe you show a picture of all the things you're going to put in the crock pot, chicken, salsa, and you like actually narrate, I'm throwing all of this in the crock pot. I'm headed off to work. When I get home, it's going to be 5-minute meal. Bag of rice in the microwave, steamed vegetables in the microwave, put all this on plates. I've got some shredded chicken. And I'm going to make shredded chicken tacos. And so you take a picture of maybe the crock pot in the morning, and then you take a picture of the finished result, and then you make the post, and it's the recipe. But you talk about the fact that you're busy. You don't have a lot of time to cook fancy meals, but you really want to be accountable to your goals, and you want to eat, and you want to avoid the drive-through. And so this is an under 30-minute meal for all of my busy women out there. Here is the recipe, right? My whole family loves it. The kids approve. They asked for me to make this again. I'm sharing it with my audience because I know there are other busy women out there just like me looking for healthy dinners. You've added value. They could click share on that post and share it to their page, which would then open up their audience to yours. And so it's things like that, right? We don't want to show up on our page and sell. We want to make sure we add value. And then as people are engaging or sending private messages or liking or commenting, then we can then reach out. You can then reach out and say, hey, thanks so much for commenting on that post. Or, hey, I saw that you commented that, man, you really need to start eating healthier. I can help you with that. So this is how you start to build up more people that you can begin to talk to. Once a day, one post. Doesn't need to be 5 a day. It's just one, but one authentic, original post per day. And then my stories, it's a snapshot. It's like, oh, here in my shape, had my coffee, did my workout, read my personal development, picking my kids up off the bus, right? Laying my clothes out for my workout tomorrow. It's not anything fancy. My stories are just, they call it a documentation of the day. It just allows people to kind of get to know you better. And it doesn't have to be super fancy, but that's what I do. I just sit down and I maybe write an idea for each day of the week that I want to cover. And when I get time, sometimes I'll even write the post ahead of time. So for example, if I know I'm going to do crock pot for dinner tonight, I may write that post on my lunch break while I'm sitting at my desk, right? I may write it the night before when I have a little extra time, because Maybe tonight's going to be a crazy night. So it's all about planning it out, at least having a framework for what you want to do. But I will say that, with coaching, guys, I know that the beginning and getting yourself up off the ground, it takes more thought because it's something you've never done before. Okay. So yes, naturally your activities on this business activity tracker, they're going to take you a bit longer than the time allotment says, but the more you do it, the more efficient you'll get. So that's really important that you understand, like, I'm going to get better at this, but I've got to practice in order to get better, which means I need to show up and make sure that I'm doing the work. So the last thing that I will leave you with before I'll open you up for some questions is just planning. So I use the Rise Up Planner, and I know we've shared that with each and every one of you. So this is my week already. On Monday, I know what my challenges are going to be for the week ahead. I know when I have other commitments. I know when I'm at my other job. I know when my kids have sporting events or a tryout. And if I know it's going to be a really busy weekend or evening, I'm planning for that. So as a business owner, even from day one, when I was a new coach, just as you guys are right now, I was saying to myself, this business, this vision I have for my life is so important to me that I will find a way to make it work, which meant maybe I had to get up early on days that I knew I wasn't going to be able to do Beachbody in the evenings, or I would maybe stay up a little bit later if I knew we were going to be gone for the evening. But I found a way, and I planned it into my calendar as if it was a meeting with my boss, right? Like I made it a non-negotiable. So for those of you that are busy and life is busy, that busy people get shit done. And I know that if you want your business to be successful, then you'll find the time. You'll put it on the calendar and you'll stay accountable to it. But if you're just sort of kind of interested, you'll sort of kind of make it a priority. And your results will show your decisions, right, of whatever you choose to do. So my biggest thing for you guys is 50 invites is your goal. 50 invites. I want to see these trackers. I want to see them in that mentorship program. I want to see you guys post it and be accountable to what you want. I want you to step outside of your comfort zone, and I want you to put on your big girl pants and say, I'm going to hit Success Club this month. And you've got what? 2.5 weeks. You have 2 weeks to go, a week and a half. I don't even know what day it is today. It is the 21st. So you have a full week, and then you have 3 days. So you've got plenty of time to make it happen. So you have until the 31st at midnight Eastern time to get your Success Club for the month. And that means you're 1 month closer to being recognized as a success starter, which means you get your free ticket to Summit next year, which is an awesome event. You need to be surrounded by the community to really catch the Beachbody vibe. Like, it's just next level awesomeness when you get to work out with all the trainers, when you get to be surrounded by the teammates that you see on Zoom calls, when you get to meet people face to face, you get training in person. You got to be there. So you get your ticket for free if you hit Success Club your first 3 months. If you hit Success Club, you're also earning money. That means you're actually getting commissions for helping people. So I know you've made your money back. You're also getting clients that are going to be your future success stories, which that is going to help you develop the confidence to keep inviting people. So that benchmark of Success Club means that you are moving that ship in the direction of where you want to go. So that's why it's so important for you to make that a non-negotiable as you're getting yourself up and running. Okay, so questions. There's one that somebody messaged me privately. It says, I'm headed into a board meeting. Will you point me in the direction of some info for the gratitude group? Yes, Jarvis, I know you're not on here anymore, but I posted that in the mentorship, and I've sent out a couple of emails about it. I'll repost it in the mentorship group again so that you can pull that info. So I will do that after we get off this call here. Anything else? Other questions? Now's your time to ask. I can only see 2 of you, so I have no idea what everybody else is thinking. Okay, let's see. Are you sure nobody has any questions? All right, guys. All righty. I am going to put that info for the gratitude group in there. I will be looking for your 50 invites. You guys can just post your image, and I will catch up with you guys later. All right. So we have one more call. It will be next week, next Monday at 12 o'clock will be our final call for the month. And then we'll be telling you what we'll be doing after this month. Okay. All right. Do you start a conversation? Yes, Lizzie. Good question. You do. So like I said at the beginning of the call, you're not going to just invite somebody cold. It's got to be somebody you already know. But connecting with people, if it's somebody new that you're developing a relationship with, you're making sure that you are reaching out first and you're just chit-chatting. If you see they're viewing your stories and you've never talked to this person before, reach out to them. Hey, I noticed you started viewing my stories or you liked my post. Thank you so much for your support. How did you find me? What brought you to my page? And then that starts the conversation, chit chat a little bit. Then you can go ahead into the invite with somebody too. Okay. Where do you find the sheet to put your 50 names and follow? Do you know where the Success Club tracker is? The Success Club system tracker? It's on the back. So it's just right on the back there. Do you have that? Tell me if you can see that. So that's here, and here. Okay. Okay, perfect. So that's where that one's going to be at. So it's just right there on the back of that. And then guys too, just resource wise for training. If you're like, like starting conversations or making posts, go into the Beachbody Champions page, click on units, and then you can kind of pull some of those videos if you need like a little bit of help getting started. And I don't like for people to just focus on watching all the videos first, right? I'd rather you just like jump in and go and then find the stuff when you need it. But also in the team page, we have all the units set up in there too with all my resources. So all of my resources are right in the unit section of the personally sponsored coach page. So if you need that stuff too. But I think that just jumping in based on what I told you today, you have more than enough, right? Just go for it. Like just put yourself out there. Okay. So let's go out there. Let's make it happen. I'll share some of my stuff. You guys share yours and I will see you guys back in our mentorship group. Okay. All right, guys, have a great day. Talk soon. Take care. Bye everybody.